A female dog's heat is the reproductive period when she can become pregnant. During heat, the bitch releases eggs and is receptive to mating. Heat is influenced by the female dog's hormone levels. Typically, the first heat occurs between 6 months and 1 year of age, but it can vary in different breeds and individuals. A bitch's estrus cycle lasts an average of 21 days, ranging from 18 to 24 days. During the heat, the bitch presents some physical and behavioral changes, such as swelling of the vulva, increased urinary frequency, vaginal bleeding, and more agitated or submissive behavior. Some male dogs may also show interest in the bitch, attracted by her scent and behavior. To avoid an unwanted pregnancy, it is important to control the bitch's access to males during heat. This can be done by keeping her in a safe and supervised environment, or using products such as special dog diapers. It is also recommended that the bitch be spayed after reaching sexual maturity, unless used for controlled breeding. Female sexual maturity. The bitch's sexual maturity varies according to the breed and size of the animal, but in general it occurs between 6 and 12 months of age. The first heat usually happens around 6 months, but it can occur up to the first year of life. However, it is important to emphasize that sexual maturity does not mean that the bitch is ready for reproduction. It is recommended to wait for the bitch to reach physical and psychological maturity before considering breeding. This can take a few years, depending on the breed and size of the animal. Precocious reproduction can bring risks to the health of the bitch, such as problems with pregnancy and childbirth, in addition to increasing the incidence of diseases such as breast cancer. Therefore, it is important that the dog's owner talks to a trusted veterinarian to assess the dog's age and condition before deciding to breed. The bitch's estrus cycle is divided into 4 phases. (1) Proestrus. This is the initial phase of the estrus cycle and lasts an average of 9 days, but can vary from 3 to 17 days. During proestrus, swelling of the vulva occurs, the release of a bloody discharge, and the bitch attracts males, but still does not allow mounting. 2. Estrus. This is the ovulation phase of the estrus cycle, which lasts an average of 9 days, but can range from 3 to 21 days. During estrus, the bitch allows mounting and may show behavioral changes, such as increased activity, vocalization, and requests for attention from males. 3. Diestro. This is the gestation phase or a non-gestation period after estrus. Diestrus lasts an average of 60 days, and during this period the bitch may behave more calmly and less receptive to males. If the bitch is not pregnant, diestrus leads to ovarian tissue regression and reduced hormone levels. 4. Anestrus. This is the phase of ovarian inactivity, which lasts an average of 90 to 150 days. During anestrus, there is no production of sex hormones and the bitch shows no signs of estrus. It is during anestrus that ovarian tissue recovers and prepares for the next estrus cycle. It is important to remember that the bitch's estrus cycle can vary in duration and intensity, depending on the breed, age, and health condition of the animal. It is recommended that owners monitor their dog's estrus cycle and consult a veterinarian if there are any concerns or significant changes in the animal's behavior or health during this period. Furthermore, it is important that owners of female dogs who do not wish to breed perform the female dog's castration. Castration is a surgery that removes the ovaries and uterus of the female dog, which prevents the occurrence of estrus cycles, unwanted pregnancies, and prevents several diseases, such as breast cancer and pyometra. Furthermore, it is important that owners of female dogs who do not wish to breed perform the female dog's castration. Castration is a surgery that removes the ovaries and uterus of the female dog, which prevents the occurrence of estrus cycles, unwanted pregnancies, and prevents several diseases, such as breast cancer and pyometra. However, castration should be performed after the bitch's sexual and physical maturity, preferably between 6 months and 1 year of age, depending on the veterinarian's recommendation. It is important to remember that neutering is an important decision and should be discussed with a trusted veterinarian, who can advise on the pros and cons of the procedure in each specific case. It is noteworthy that the bitch's estrus cycle can be controlled through the use of hormonal medications, such as contraceptives. However, the use of these drugs must be done under the guidance and monitoring of a veterinarian, since the indiscriminate or inappropriate use of these drugs can pose risks to the dog's health. In summary, the phases of the bitch's estrus cycle are proestrus, estrus, diestrus, and anestrus. It is important for female dog owners to understand the estrus cycle and the care needed during this period to ensure the health and well-being of their pet. It is noteworthy that the bitch's estrus cycle can be controlled through the use of hormonal medications, such as contraceptives. However, the use of these drugs must be done under the guidance and monitoring of a veterinarian, since the indiscriminate or inappropriate use of these drugs can pose risks to the dog's health. In summary, the phases of the bitch's estrus cycle are proestrus, estrus, diestrus, and anestrus. It is important for female dog owners to understand the estrus cycle and the care needed during this period to ensure the health and well-being of their pet. Male dog sexual maturity. The sexual maturity of the male dog varies according to the breed and size of the animal, but in general it occurs between 6 and 12 months of age. At this stage, the dog begins to produce sex hormones, such as testosterone, which is responsible for the development of secondary sexual characteristics, such as musculature, beard, and deeper voice. However, it is important to highlight that sexual maturity does not mean that the dog is ready for reproduction. It is necessary to wait for the physical and psychological maturation of the animal before considering reproduction. This can take a few years, depending on the breed and size of the animal. Early breeding can bring risks to the dog's health, such as fertility problems, incomplete development, and behavior problems. Therefore, it is important that the dog owner talks to a trusted veterinarian to assess the age and condition of the animal before deciding to breed. During the male dog's sexual maturity, it is common for some behavioral changes to occur due to increased production of sex hormones. Some of these changes may include 1. Aggression. The dog can become more aggressive, especially with other dogs of the same sex, due to competition for sexual partners. 2. Territory marking. The dog may urinate more often to demarcate its territory, especially in places where it perceives the presence of other dogs. 3. Search for sexual partners. The dog can become more agitated and restless, looking for females in heat season. 4. Sexual behavior. The dog may exhibit specific behaviors related to reproduction, such as mounting objects or other dogs, licking the genitals, among others. It is important to remember that these behavioral changes can be more intense in non-neutered dogs. Castration is an option to reduce the impact of these behavioral changes, in addition to preventing diseases related to the reproductive system, such as prostate cancer. However, it's important to talk to a trusted veterinarian to assess the advantages and disadvantages of neutering, as well as assessing the dog's age and health conditions. In some cases, neutering may not be recommended, especially in breeds with a predisposition to certain diseases. Behavioral changes in bitches. As with male dogs, female dogs can also show behavioral changes during the estrus cycle. Some of these changes may include 1. Mood swings. The bitch may become more irritable, sensitive, or aggressive during the period of proestrus and estrus. 2. Sexual behavior. During the estrus period, the female dog may show specific behaviors related to reproduction, such as rubbing against objects, licking her genitals, or even trying to escape to look for a sexual partner. 3. Territory marking. Just like male dogs, bitches can also urinate more often to mark their territory during the estrus cycle. 4. Physical changes. During estrus, female dogs may experience physical changes, such as nipple swelling, vaginal discharge, and changes in the color and consistency of the vulva. It is important to remember that these behavioral changes are normal during the estrus cycle and are part of the natural behavior of dogs. However, owners should be aware of possible drastic changes in the dog's behavior, such as excessive aggression or lack of appetite, as these can be signs of health problems. In addition, as with male dogs, neutering is also an option to reduce the impact of behavioral changes and prevent diseases related to the reproductive system. It's important to talk to a trusted veterinarian to assess the advantages and disadvantages of castration and decide if it's the most suitable option for the bitch.